Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today, I want to bring you some news, and starting off, I want to bring you news of a discontinued product. We don't get this very often. We don't usually get official announcements coming out of Japan telling us that products are being discontinued, and when we do get announcements like this, we generally don't get announcements very bluntly telling us that it is because of a quality issue. But that's what we've got here. Now, you'll have to forgive me, ladies and gentlemen, I am reading Japanese through Google Translate, but it says that the release of the Pokemon card game Sword and Shield expansion pack Sword and Shield Pokemon Center Limited Set Special, which was due for release on Wednesday, January the 1st, will be discontinued due to a quality issue discovered. We sincerely apologise for any inconvenience to our customers who have been waiting for their pleasure just before release. In the future, we will strengthen our product management and work to prevent recurrence, so we ask for your understanding. And this was a premium set, right? This was a very good set that was going to take you, it's going to cost a few quid. Now, it was going to retail for 12,000 Japanese yen, which comes in at about £84 or $110. So we're not talking about some little set that was, $10 and there's a problem. We're talking about a fairly hefty set. Now, just to be clear, before we go on any further, no, this does not mean the sky is falling. No, this does not mean that there are huge quality control issues running rampant through the Pokemon company. Don't go and tell the king, right? All this means is there was a one-off issue with one product which they have proactively taken steps to try and fix. They've given us a number for the support deck. They've gone and put an article on the official website as early as they can. They're being very honest about it. No, this is not the end of the Pokemon trading card game, but it is an interesting news story, hence why I bring it to you. Now, this set was actually looking like a really good set. For your 12,000 yen, plus tax, you got yourself one booster box of Sword, that is 30 packs of 5 cards, and one booster box of Shield, that is 30 packs of 5 cards. It is worth remembering at this stage that over in Japan, Sword and Shield are separate 60 card expansions, so when we get them in January, we will get Sword and Shield as a set. In Japan, they get Sword, and they get Shield. They are different expansions, released at the same time, sold in the same places. To all intents and purposes, they are essentially the same, but the big difference here is you either buy a box of Sword, and in it you can only get the Sword cards, or you buy a box of Shield, and in it you can only get the Shield cards. It's a fairly important distinction. So, you got a box of each of those. That sounds kind of cool. What else did you get? Well, you got yourself an adorable deck box featuring the cool Pokemon whose names don't change from Japanese to English. So, you've got your Dedenne, you've got your Pikachu, your Plusle, your Minun, your Togedemaru, your... what's that called? The flying squirrel one. Your Emolga. There we go. Pachirisu, Morpeko, Pichu, etc. Very, very cool, very cute deck box. And look, these Pokemon are always very, very, very popular. So you know that the fact that this deck box has been cancelled is going to upset a few people. It's a ridiculously lovely deck box. But it wasn't just the deck box, it was also the sleeves. You got yourself a bunch of sleeves as well. And they were even nice enough to include 64 sleeves in there. So yeah, okay, if you broke 5 sleeves, you couldn't use them again. But at least they were there. And they're exclusive sleeves, and they're adorable, and they're lovely. And Morpeko's there in his hangry form and his non-hangry form. Although it does weird me out just a little bit that we do have Mimikyu there. Now, we don't actually know what Mimikyu is. It's kind of a ghost Pokemon. We've never seen it. We only ever see Mimikyu dressed up as Pikachu. Maybe it's there because he's dressed as Pikachu, but he does seem just a little bit out of place on there. Oh, and that's not enough. There is a playmat as well, and the playmat has those same Pokemon featured in an adorable montage. And it's one of those cool ones where you've got a space for your active Pokemon, a space for your deck, a space for your discard pile, 5 bench spaces, and then spaces set out for your 6 prize cards. And I kind of love the way that as you take prizes, more Pico gets revealed. No hangry form for more Pico on the playmat, mind you, just his regular non-hangry form. This was a cool set. You essentially got 2 boxes, plus the deck box sleeves and mat, and it all came out in a big box for 12,000 yen, $110. It was a really cool set. It's been cancelled, it's gone, it's not coming back. There is a quality issue. Clearly not with the packs of Sword and Shield. They've been out in Japan for a few weeks now, so something's gone wrong with the deck box sleeves or playmat. Here's the thing though. We can sit here and be angry that this has been cancelled, but find me a company that makes physical products that never has any production errors, ever. No production errors at any point ever. Would you rather they released a substandard product that a bunch of people were unhappy with? Or would you rather, before they were released, they went, you know what, this isn't up to our high standards, we are forced to cancel them? I'm going to go for that, personally. But the good news is there are some awesome products being released on January the 1st. And now these are coming out in Japan, but there's plenty of places from which you can import them. And I wanted to show them to you because they're awesome. We'll start off with the sleeves. You can get Pikachu and Rayquaza, what I'm calling graffiti sleeves. You can call them whatever you like. I'm calling them that. They are beautiful, but it's not just Pikachu and Rayquaza. You can also get Entei, Suicune, and Raikou. The 3 legendary beasts are also getting these lovely sleeves as well. Wow, they look pretty gosh darned awesome. Now again, they come in packs of 64, and these are coming for the far more sensible price of 720 yen, which is about £5 or $6.60. Yeah, that's a little bit easier. Maybe you don't want the sleeves, maybe you want playmats, hey, maybe you want both. Well, the good news is you can get yourself a Pikachu and Rayquaza playmat, or you can get yourselves a Legendary Beast playmat, and they are coming out for 2,500 yen, so you're talking about £17.50 or about $23. I'm rounding a little bit, but we'll be alright here. Not entirely sure why Pikachu and Rayquaza, though I know they do come as a pair sometimes like Pokemon centers and stuff, but I don't know, maybe something in the future. And the Legendary Beasts are just cool. And if you don't want the playmats, great news, we've also got deck boxes, which do come with a couple little dividers, and you can either get yourself a Pikachu and Rayquaza one, or you can get yourself, well, it's a Legendary Beast one, but it's only got Raikou on the front. You can see on the side there just about that there is a Suicune. I believe Raikou is there on the back as well. And these are coming for the ridiculous price of 362 yen, which is about £2.50 or $3.30. So they're kind of cheap. But maybe you don't want any of them. Well, good news, ladies and gentlemen. You can also get yourself dice boxes. And again, you can get yourself Pikachu and Rayquaza, or you can get yourself the Legendary Beasts. Here's what they look like open. You've got the Japanese-style damage counters that we don't use that they do, and they get sold a lot in Japan. They keep getting re-released. But you can see there that they fit in there quite nicely. One thing that I do find rather hilarious is that using Google Translate on the official site, they are actually listed as, I quote, useless case. But I don't think they're useless, ladies and gentlemen. I think they're kind of cool. And the last little story I want to share with you, it's going to be one of the last, news stories of the year. Over in Japan, there are a bunch of tournaments happening. Little tournaments in card shops. It is a New Year Pokemon coin present campaign. Go along to a New Year's Day tournament, and you get yourself a lovely Victini coin. How nice. You do need to purchase a Pokemon card game related item for 1,500 yen. And then you get yourself the coin. It's so adorable. New Year in Japan over for Pokemon. I mean, yeah, we've lost that special set and that's kind of upsetting. But with the cool graffiti-ish products I've just shown you and your free Victini coin, I don't know. Sounds like I should have gone to Japan for New Year this year, is all I'm saying. So now I'd like to know what you think of all of these lovely products and cards and all kinds of fun stuff. I'd like to know how jealous you are of Japan and if you're going to go and try and find any of these. So let me know in the comment section. Go nuts. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at The Wassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. And please do make sure you're checking out youtube.com/WassyPlays, where you can find out about a whole bunch of games that don't have Pokemon in, but do have awesome. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourself till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.